Lyndon Lamas, YouTube, hockey, goalkeeping once more, welcome back. A couple weeks back I posted a TikTok questioning the best way to clear an awkward bouncing ball, and I mentioned that the bread and butter method is to lean forwards and cushion the ball into you so that it just sort of stops and drops down in front of you, and then you can go for the clearance. But what I was wondering is whether you can volley the ball directly out of the air, sort of like, I'm gonna say a football player based on my demographics and analytics. But yeah, just see if I can raise my leg out to the side and internally rotate. So my foot is kind of pointing downwards and maybe I can just kick it downwards out of the air. So I give it a try and bam! Right on the first attempt, I almost brick my phone. Okay, so the video cut off from the impact of the ball against my phone, and I did actually get some good volley clearances, which I couldn't catch on film. But what would happen is the ball would typically spin off of my leg, and to be fair, it would go directly off the sideline. That's as much as I got on Tuesday. On Thursday, before we started, I was just working by myself a little bit. I was just practicing bouncing the ball and then volleying it out of the air. And for just messing around a couple minutes by myself, I was starting to get the hang of it with a little bit of mixed success, being able to kind of clear it downwards a good chunk of the time. So yes, you can volley the ball out of the air, but the next question becomes, should you? Because if you get it wrong, you're launching a very dangerous ball into the air. But aside from that, even if you're very confident in yourself, the scenario has to be very ideal for this to be a usable skill in the first place. You have to have enough time and space to position your body correctly. The ball has to come at you within a certain range of angle and speed. You need space to raise your leg into the air, and then a clear open lane so that you can clear the ball in a favorable direction. So again, a skill that's only really usable in a very specific situation. I mean, if you just want to have fun with it, have at, but with limited pitch time, you're better off spending that time working on something else. My original thought process behind volleying it was, if you don't have a lot of time, the opposition is closing in on you. But what I came to find, which would be much more valuable, is if you do feel that someone's closing in on you, you can tap the ball into a more favorable space, whether just nudging it forward with your body, or even better yet, using your gloves or your hands to put it into a more open space and then go for the clearance. Which builds on to my next point. Let's say you could take it a step further and you were very confident and competent in controlling and moving the ball. So for example, if the ball bounces at you through traffic, but you're able to tip it to the side or to an open space, and then you can kick or sweep hit it reliably to an open teammate, and then just like that, your team is on the counter. That would be such a useful skill to have. If you have the composure to not just hit the panic button and just launch the ball off to the sideline, but you have the pre-scan and the vision and the skill to know where your opposition is, where your teammates are, and then you can reliably get them the ball. Traditionally, unless you're at a very high level and you always have a goalkeeper coach with you, or you're specifically at a keeper session, is always shots, some PCs, maybe a diving drill in there, maybe just kicking back and forth for warm-up. But there's never any real deliberate or intentional practice on clearances, and then clearances specifically to teammates, or not at all on ball control and ball movement, at least not in my experience. And then if you take it a step further than that even, if you look at football and how modern goalkeepers act kind of like sweepers, where they move and distribute the ball, can you revolutionize goalkeeping in hockey in the same way? And of course, then your next question after that is, am I the guy that's going to challenge the hockey establishment? But I mean, hey, it's a cool, interesting thought. It's been something that's been on my mind since last season, and I guess it could make for some interesting future content. But that is it for now. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Tune back in next time as I continue to answer questions nobody asked. Comment if you've ever karate kicked a ball out of the air, like if you liked it, share if you think somebody else might too, and subscribe so that you're in the loop for more hockey travel and other edutainment stuff. See ya.